This is Coach Lady Dr. P with another kindness moment. Stay tuned. I'll be right back.
When you grow up feeling neglected, rejected, and not accepted, you find yourself in situations, relationships, friendships, co-workerships, fellowships, familyships, situationships. You'll find yourself in these things that are not great ones for you. And you'll find out that you don't know how to get out of them. And then after you get out of them, you don't know how to stop yourself from getting into them again. See, it all has to do with how you feel about yourself, what you know about yourself. It's all about knowledge. See, when you get to know that you're not good or really great at picking mates, you have to stop. Friendships, you have to stop. Finding jobs, you have to stop. Because when you're not a healthy, minded, thinking person, you have that stinking thinking going on, the one that's in disguise that you don't know about, in the back of your mind. See, somewhere back in the back of your head, you've been programmed that you're not good enough, that you're not enough, that you're not worth it because someone pushed you to the side and abandoned you. If they left me, then obviously I'm not worth it. But see, in your forefront of your head, you're telling yourself, I know I'm worth it, baby. You ain't got to worry about it. I got my nails done. I got my hair done. Man, I wear the best suits. I got my best job. I got a car. You know, you're not living your best life. You're living someone else's best life because you don't even know who you are. You're an imposer sitting in the seat in disguise. No one can really know the true you. So if they went home and saw you, and you were in the office earlier, and every day you come to the office suited and booted and ready to roll. But when you get home, you sitting there in the middle of your living room or even in the kitchen just alone, almost in tears, broke down, feeling really bad about yourself. See, I'm going to tell you, one thing that you can do when you want to find out how much you're worth in your own mind. How do you speak about yourself? How do you think about yourself? How deep and dark do you go about yourself when no one's around? When you're going through your worst times in your life and you feel like you're a failure, and you call yourself a loser, a failure, I must be stupid. How dumb could you be? I mean, dang, what is wrong with me? I am jacked up. When you go there, and I mean when you go there and you stay there sometimes, that's how you really feel about yourself. And see, you get mad at other people when they say you're stupid and when they say that you're dumb and that you're not worth it. See, I learned something in life. If someone can push a part of your body, push the button and make it sting, it's not them, it's you. You have control on how you feel about everything that comes across, that tries to enter into you, inside of your heart and inside of your space. So if someone says you're ugly and you take offense, say, I ain't ugly. No, they ain't think I'm ugly. You're ready to fight. Somewhere down and deep, you do not think that you amount up to the pretty people in the world. You think you're ugly. You think you're not. You don't think you're average. You want to make it. You want to believe that you're up there, but you're really not. That's why you go overboard when you dress. Sometimes you don't put on no clothes. Sometimes you feel like you got to put this or that on. But I'm going to tell you right now, until you know your worth, you're going to keep doing exactly what you're doing. It's time to find out who you really are. Don't go get into the next relationship. Stay by yourself for a while. Get to date you. And when people say date you, I thought that was crazy. I was like, ain't nobody we're going to date ourselves for? But you already are dating yourself when you're not with nobody and you go to eat somewhere by yourself. You date yourself anyway. You're spending time alone with yourself when you're in your car and no one's riding with you. You spending time with yourself, eating lunch. You don't have lunch, no friends have lunch with. Guess what? You eating by yourself. That's dating yourself. You're spending time getting to know what you like and what you don't like. Go to the movies by yourself, to movies that you like. You don't have to go get nobody to go to the movies with you. You don't have to go to the zoo and hang out. You can have a picnic by yourself. You can go to the park and sit out there and chill. You don't have to talk to anybody. You can just chill and smile and just enjoy nature. Become one with nature. There are so many things that you can do alone. Really not when you finally get it out of your mind that it's such a bad, horrible thing to do this alone or to be this place alone. Come on, y'all. If you get that out your head, you can make some progress. Understand that you are enough, that you are worth it, that you do matter, and just because the people back in your past didn't treat you the way you thought you should be treated, or they didn't make you feel as though you didn't matter, and that you were rejected and neglected, and they set you to the side and then give you a chance enough to prove yourself to them. Don't worry about that anymore. See, what's happening to you in your life is that you keep putting yourself into situations where you have to prove yourself because you're still trying to fix that thing that happened between you and the person that abandoned you. So if the people that abandoned you back then didn't notice you then, they sometimes won't notice you now. And so you can't keep getting yourself into relationships. Like maybe you didn't have a good relationship with your mother or your father. And so they rejected you or they neglected you or left you in your life, died early, or maybe they abused you. Maybe they left you for almost dead or hurt you or left you with people in the family said they didn't want you anymore. And so now you feel like no one wants you. No one cares about you. No one would ever think that I'm worth it. They didn't think I was worth it. They left me. They abandoned me. They neglected me. They didn't take care of me right. And so you get in relationships with the same thing. Maybe your father or your mother was emotionally unavailable. And so guess what you do? You go get people in your life that will make you feel like, okay, I don't have to give that much love. They don't have to give me that much love. But then inside you long to really have that love. You say, I'm not really into relationships like that. I don't need romance. But how do you know? How do you know when you've always dealt with people and been in situationships and relationships and friendships or co-workerships and fellowships or whatever in your life, familyships, your relationship has always been emotionally unavailable, connected with emotionally unavailable people. It is time to give yourself a chance. How do you know unless you try? So now let's go back to a part in your life where you say, I long to be loved so bad that I'll accept anybody, anything. I need it so bad. I just want somebody to think that I'm worth it. Think that I'm the best. I want them to, you put so much into emphasis in getting attention from people. So you just go all out. You make up stories, you lie, you come to the grips with, oh, if I just say this, that I'll make the people look at me and pay attention. They're going to think I'm the greatest. You know what? You are already great. You don't have to do all that. Sometimes when you go overboard, you irritate people. You make people want to run the other direction. Guys, family members, friends, whoever. You're like, why people keep leaving me? I don't know what's going on. How about let's just go ahead and be yourself. Let's find out who that is. If you don't like talking, you don't have to talk. But if you like talking, then talk. But always be telling the truth, though. Don't make up stories and stuff. People don't like that so much. Stop being an imposter and go ahead and be you. You are enough. You're worth it. We don't care about anymore about what's been happening in the past because that's already done. It's time to work on the future. One of the biggest things that I want you to remember from this talk is that you can't go back and fix the past. You have to work only on the future. And sometimes I've experienced teenagers and sometimes adults. They blame their parents on their life right now. It's my mom's fault that she didn't listen to me. She always cut me off. She never did this for me. And my dad, he didn't do that. He was never there. This, that, and that. And they didn't do this and they didn't do that. My dad, he's just horrible. He was a horrible father. He's this, whatever. And you 20 years old now, you 30 years old, you 50 years old, you even 60. But you still over there blaming your folks for something that you saying that they did when you were 5 years old, 2 years old, 15. Come on now. Baby, at some point in time, it's on you. You're in control of your own life. You can't blame anybody else for the actions that your decisions, the choices that you've made, and the actions that you put in place for your life at this point in time in your life right now. You're 35 right now. You're 45, 50, 60, 25. Baby, it's on you. What you do from this point on is on you. When you get out there on your own in your life, and you find out all the things that are so wrong with you, you have to go and do some soul searching and say, wait a minute, what part did I play in this? Because my mom and dad did that to me when I was 5. And yes, of course, it affected me. I'm not saying it won't affect. It will affect you, but there's too much help out here for you to continue to blame and not make any progress is moving forward in your life. You want to do whatever it is that you need to do to get help. Get help. But don't sit there and wallow in it and blame, do the blame game. That doesn't work. It hasn't worked for people in the past. And I promise you right now, baby, it ain't going to work for you now. It is time for us to move past the situations, issues, and things that we're going on in our life. We cannot continue to waddle into this nonsense that we keep doing. It is time to move up to the next level, and you can do this. I'm telling you, you got this. All you have to do is make up in your mind that this is what you want. If you want to be happy, let's be happy. Come on. Let's be free. Let's be excited in our lives. Come on, you got this. Well, this has been another kindness moment from Lady Dr. P. I want you to know you're worth it. And I'll see you again on the next round. God bless you.